agenda for today. Now it's almost 2:15, so I think we will be stopping at around 3:15 for your Q&A, and then after that we go for a 15-minute break, and then we'll continue back again. Right? Is everything okay? So this is my son, Yushen, so he's passing you the materials for today. Okay, so first of all, thank you so much. Thanks everyone for coming here. I was like telling two persons that this is my virgin event. So this is the first event that I'm actually doing this year in KL physically. That's because just a little bit of an introduction about myself. So if for those of you who doesn't know, I'm Melissa. I used to work in IBM. That was like, up to 31st December 2016, and coming out to do this, right? So I call this the Mindset Secrets to Closing Deal. So why am I going, Suraj just asked me, why am I going to do this kind of stuff? Simply because I think the main reason is to transform lives. Like 30 years I have been in the corporate world. Yeah, I just said 30, right? 30 is correct. So I've been in the corporate world for about 30 years, and I saw that there were a lot of people that is actually going through a lot of struggle. So essentially, what normally happens is that everywhere I look, there's a lot of drama. There's a lot of struggle, there's a lot of anxiety. And I personally know a lot of people who's like that. And something changed when in 2015. In fact, I personally was like that. I was going through a lot of struggle, a lot of drama, a lot of anxiety. I think all of you, whether you're in sales or you're working in a corporate job, or if you're owning your business, you would identify with that. So what happened was in 2015, I had a complete change. So what happened was during that year, I was going after these huge sales, right? It was really big. And I was going after it for 2 years. I was very upset already, very depressed because I didn't close the sale, right? So I was wondering, what is wrong? What's wrong? Why was I not able to close this sale? And I think that was sometime in August in 2015. And I was getting very desperate, getting very depressed because if some of you in IT line know, right, September is quarter 3. End of quarter 3. Every time there's an end of quarter, it's So it was very. So I was going what's wrong? I was doing everything I could, right? I think just about all of us here. I don't think that we wake up, go to work, and then just do whatever and whatever then go back home, right? I was doing everything I could. So whatever methods, whatever things. I didn't think I was doing anything wrong, as in building the relationship and following up, doing the correct presentation, etc. So what happened was I stumbled upon a online course, and I learned something that totally changed my life. And just within, can you imagine, between August that I learned something like that has totally transformed and changed my life, in September I closed the deal. And not only did I close the deal, it was the largest deal in the history of my company. So my company is Zest. It's been around for 25 years. And the deal was $1 million. And we have never closed $1 million before. It's $1 million recurring every year. So it was phenomenal. My boss was so happy. He actually bought 2 champagne, so I became the top dog instead of the underdog. So that was the short story, and then right after that, I left because I had this fantastic offer from IBM, and I would call it a dream job because I was able to work in my own terms, flexible time, work wherever I want. Half of that time is from home. And so it's really nice, travel and all that, right? Working with partners, basically consulting firms, as well as GSI, we call it GSI, Global System Integrator for IBM. So, and then again something happened. And I had a calling again to say, hey, look, you need to stop what you're doing and just go out there and, I know it sounds cliche, but just go out there and change the world. So which is why I'm doing what I'm doing. Of course, at first when I heard that, like, hey, stop what you're doing and go out there, I'm like, are you sure? It took me, I think, a few weeks and then thinking about it and basically meditating and all that. And so finally, I actually tendered my resignation. So here I am. Okay, so that's a little short story about me. And the reason why I'm telling you the story is because today, as I'm going through this 3 hour that we have, I want to share with you what I've learned, right? I'm a certified style coach 7 years ago. And whatever that I learned that I implemented in 2015 was actually what I learned 7 years ago. But somehow I think 7 years ago, I wasn't in sales probably, and I didn't have this huge pressure coming on me. So I essentially, the online course that I stumbled upon kind of reawakened, all that I've learned 7 years ago. And 7 years ago, I was actually called to also quit and do this full time, but I didn't. So anyway, 7 years later, here I am doing this full time. So all of you listening here will probably be thinking that maybe this only applies to me and that I'm the only one who can implement this. So this is where I want to share with you that that's not really true, because I actually have a client, right? And I just finished doing 12 sessions with her. So what I do is I offer one-to-one personal coaching for people, and so what I do is like 12-week session, right? And the reason why it's 12 weeks is because the thing that I am going to go through here, obviously I can't be covering a 12-hour session in 3 hours. So, but I will still cover whatever I could, more on the high level, surface level. But you're going to get a lot of tips and techniques that you can implement right away. So I went through this with my client, 12 weeks, and to her surprise, she actually closed 2 sales before the end of 3 months. And then she now got a job offer, which she was actually wanting to get. So she's here today. So I would like to just call upon her, Fariza, to come and sort of like share with us and how she did it, and basically to share her story. So Fariza, hit it.
All right. Okay, thank you. Yeah, my name is Fariza. I'm actually an IT salesperson. I really like to do sales because I'm from consulting background before. So jumping into sales that you don't have experience is like struggling for you. So your mindset is always, I don't have network. Can I do it? I'm so great in doing sales and everything. So because I know Melissa, and then the best part when she said, "Hey, Fariza, actually I wanted to transform people's life." And I said that, wow, that is so bizarre word, transforming people's life. And also one thing, when you talk about it, that you say that, it's very interesting, so let's do it. It's just like that coming from my mind. So in 3 months, yes, and the first thing is actually I need to get off all my self-limiting belief and do the affirmations that I follow whatever that Melissa taught me to do, and it's really worked. Yeah, at first you have this like a self-doubt in you, like, is it true? Like in Malay say, boleh ke ni? Something like that, So I just get rid of that self-doubt and I just do it. And the one of the affirmations that I always do is opportunities are opening for me. And so happened, yes, I got a lot of opportunities, and I managed to close these two sales that is quite, the best part is a new name account for the company. So I feel that, it works. And now I still continue to do the affirmations, and what totally changed in my life is actually the perspective when you look at people. You not be judgmental, number one. You're always positive. You try to look at the bright side of the people instead of you feel that, is it true? No, you will be mindful with your thought. Previously, you just do whatever that you just go, but it changed your life in that sense because you be mindful in your on your thought. So yeah, that is what I experience right now, and I'm continually doing it. Yeah, so thank you, Melissa.
Thank you. She's a very good student.
Persistent, important.
Okay, so we're gonna start. That was like a little bit of an intro, just so that you know what you're here for.